us again, and we're still talking about fantasy. I do have this book about Fantasy Friend. You might want to read it in the library at any given time. There are a lot of books that are fictional that you can read about, and this is what we call a fantasy house. It's simple because you can make it out of a piece of cardboard, use some paint, some construction paper, yellow construction paper. We use toilet paper roller, which is the inside. And this little thing right here, I cut it across because this is like a cupcake holder that you can get out of a dollar store. And you just cut it around there, and then you use that part for the top. And graffiti, just cut up little pink pieces of pink paper and place it around there. And these are called pipe cleaners. You get different type of colors and put it on the top of that for your fantasy house. And right now I just did some holes in here, and I'm going to place one of these. And what I'm going to do is that this is how I get the filling to just get it twirled, and then I take it off, and then I find a little piece and I just dig a hole right there near it, and I stick it in there like so, and that'll give your place where you can put your little graffiti of little illusions of plants and colorfulness of orange and what have you. And what I'm going to do before I do that, I've already created the door where I wanted the door to be, and I use a triangle for my place of a porch. And then we are actually going to, the door is on there, give it like a feeling of maybe a wood yellow door, you know, with the doorknobs and what have you. And what I'm going to do right now, and I'm trying to allow it to dry, I'm going to take a marker again, and if you look at the one that's already been done, notice with the larger roller, a paper holder here, is I've had houses at the bottom and house at the top because it gives you illusion that it's second floor and the first floor. So I'm going to do that to that. So here's my door, and I'm going to place a window right here. Let's put it down and just hold it, because it's still wet. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you don't want it square, you can make it however you want. Put a window there. You might want to just go around it a little bit more. Okay, so I place a window there, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come around to the back, and I'm going to go lower and place a window like it's probably a window a little bit lower. Doesn't have to be perfect. When it's dry, you can do a much better job however you want it. But remember, this is fantasy. It can be however you want it to be. Place a window there. Let's come around here with the other part of the fantasy house. Let's place a window at the back. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's fantasy. It can be however you want it to be. And if you really want to get unique, you can take the windows, and they can you can do this with clay, and you can cut it out and place little lights in it, and it'll light up. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And we're going to put another window right here. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, remember. All right, and I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to place a window here, kind of like the one I did on the other side. Not perfect, but guess what? kind of great, huh? Now, if you notice, I'm going to do what I did to the door all over. I'm just going to come back with little lines in it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just gives the illusion of fantasy, however you want it to be. You don't have to use the lines if you don't want to. You can use a lot of little different things. You can get small, little tiny pieces of construction paper, and you can do this. Doesn't have to be all over, but just give the illusion that it's a fantasy house. Look at that. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. I got this at Dollar Tree, and it's just going to, let's get that down in there. It's still drying. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that kind of all over. Shine it up. You can do it however you want. I'm either going to put a little bit on the top of that, on top of this one, and I'm just going to design and put it all over. This is called glitter glue, and once it dries, it'll dry. Okay. All right, now let me show you what I'm going to do to the porch right here. Remember what I used last time? This is a good tool. It's less messy, but you got to know where you got to put it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to come from one end to the next and do a line here. And I'm going to do one more here. Okay. May not be the best, but hey, it's a fantasy house. All right, that just gives an illusion. And then I'm going to take it and come over here and come down. Well, if it doesn't come down, you can always add paper to the side. Okay. Still wet around there, but it gives you the illusion that that's the porch and that's where you go in. That's the entrance, okay? Now, for these little things right here, I cut some green construction paper. I'm just going to place some near the house, on the house. I'm going to take a little bit of the glue just to kind of give it some decoration. And remember, it's however you want it to be. You be as creative as you will like. And when you're that creative, I mean, you know, it's your house. It's however you want it to be. That's what fantasy is all about. You say, if I want to put a green leaf here, I'm going to put it here. If I want to put a yellow leaf there, I'm going to put it there. Okay, let's see if we can get, even if we can't exactly get it on there, those little things around it looks really nice. I'm going to, because I couldn't get it on this side, I'm going to take some nice little colorful leaves and I'm going to place them right near the door area. And we're going to see how that look. As colorful as you like. As colorful as you like. I'm going to take some orange and I'm going to place it there. You can cover up your mistakes with this. So if you mess up something, add a leaf to it, get creative and make it look nice. You can even put it near the window. So when somebody enters a fantasy house, they can have leaves and different things right there. There are a lot of different ways you can do this. Like I said, you can do it with using hot glue gun and make it a little bit different. That looks pretty nice. Okay. Remember, however you want it to be, your fantasy house. How about that? Thank you.